So recently I got a following question on the YouTube channel. If you start your career or your business as a recruiter, should you first build your candidate pipeline or your client pipeline? And my answer is that you should always start to build your candidate pipeline, and this for two reasons. The first is, this is the only way to be able to deliver on time, to be able to deliver on your job. Because if you pull the job, especially in a candidate-driven market, especially if the market is very competitive and you don't have some candidates in the pipeline, you won't be able to deliver on time if you are in a reactive mode. You need to already have some candidates in the pipeline. And the second reason is that this is the only way to build your market. This is the only way to know where your potential is. You need to speak to candidates first and to know more about your market. That being said, the next question was, okay, but how can I build my candidate pipeline if I don't have any concrete opportunity to offer? Because my response rate is very low. Since I have nothing concrete to discuss with the candidates, they don't see the benefit talking to me. And this is the question that I'm going to answer more in details in this video. And by the way, if you have any question, any topic that you would like me to address in the video, do not hesitate to let me know and to give me ideas. And if I can, I will make a video about it. But for now, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. So first thing first, I understand that not having a concrete opportunity to discuss with the candidate doesn't help to increase your response rate. But what you should understand is that the response rate is a struggle for every recruiter. It is really difficult to approach candidates on LinkedIn and to get answers and to find candidates. This is a problem that we all have. So don't think that it is necessarily or mainly because you don't have a concrete opportunity to offer. It is something that we all go through. And so you should first learn how to increase and to maximize your response rate. For example, you should learn how to write something that catch the candidate attention, to keep something short, simple, more informal, work on the title, maybe asking a question to show that you read correctly the candidate profile, that it is not like a mass mailing campaign and that you are trying to reach 100 candidates at once. All of this will help you to increase your response rate. This is the first thing. You should monitor your response rate, try different stuff and see what is working and see how to improve it. So my first tip would be to first improve your emails by keeping them short and simple, and also having a more personalized approach, and also be informal. Now, my second tip would be to adopt an authentic and honest approach, which means don't pretend to have a job if you don't. Don't pretend to have a commitment from a client if you don't. Just be honest, just be authentic, and just explain the situation to your candidate. Okay, I'm just starting in my career. This is what I would like to do. This is what I would like to achieve, and ask for help. Could you help me to understand better your business? Could you help me to understand better what you are doing? Because I don't want to be one of those recruiters who don't know what he's talking about. I really want to understand what you are doing, where you are coming from, your perspective on what is a good recruiter. So I went through your profile, I see that you work there, there, and there, and that you did that, and it is exactly where I want to develop my business. So could we have a chat? If you want their help, people appreciate you to be honest about it, and also they appreciate that you value their opinion. This would be my approach. Then my next tip would be, don't only contact the top-notch candidates, the best candidates in the industry that everybody wants, but you should also target the candidates who have a direct benefit in talking to you. They are unemployed for a long time, they are in a career change, they are relocating, they don't have all the skills, they are juniors, they don't have a lot of experience yet. You should also target those candidates, because here you clearly have something in return that you can offer them. They give you some help and you help them in return. You advise them, you give them information about the market, you can help them with their resume, and you can improve their profile, and then you know them very well, and you can go to a client and say, okay, I have this candidate, I've been working with him for some times already, we improved this and this, and really I see some potential in him, would you be interested to have a talk with him? Then the next tip, you should diversify your candidate sources. Don't only focus on LinkedIn. LinkedIn sourcing is the most difficult part, because it is not a job board, it is a social media. So people are not necessarily looking for a job. You need to connect with them, to engage, to create a discussion, to convince them to talk to you, and then to go to a next step, etc., to give their contact details, for example. But when you go on a job board, and there are free job boards like Indeed, for example, people who are there, you already have the contact details. Also, most likely, they are at least passively looking for a new opportunity. You can also post an ad and generate applications. So this is something that you shouldn't underestimate, because if you want to build your candidate pipeline, you need to talk to candidates, okay, all kind of candidates. And so you should really diversify the sources. Also, when you manage to talk to a candidate, always ask for referral, because good candidates know other good candidates. So Don't ask them if they know somebody who could be interested in the role or in the job. Ask them if they know anyone with a similar profile, someone they enjoyed working with, someone that they would recommend for their skills, and that you will contact them and see with them if there is a potential interest in any other opportunity. Because what you want is not to know if they know someone who is available. In the market we are working, most likely they are not. You want to have good candidates that you can contact and that you will see by yourself, because it is a long-term relationship that you want to build. A very good source to find candidates and to build your candidate pipeline is to get referrals from your current candidates. And last but not least, what is really difficult to find is a committed job. But finding a job to work is not that hard, because for example, you have companies who are listing their job and it is accessible to any recruitment agency. You only need to create an account. So this is something you should investigate. See in your country, in your market, what are the companies that make their jobs accessible to any agency and that you could work. Obviously, just be honest with your candidates about the commitment that you have. Don't pretend that you will be able to give a feedback if it is only a black box. But this is also something that you could consider, to work an existing job and being open about it with your candidates and say, okay, I'm currently working on that job, but let's be honest, I don't have the highest commitment because it is a job listed on the platform, but I'm just starting and I try to contact candidates and to know more about my market. And I see a fit between your profile and this job opportunity, and I was wondering if you would be open to give it a try. And in the same idea, a last thing that you could do is to target some companies that you would like to work with, and you can see the job that they are posting on their career website and you could work proactively those jobs. But once again, be open about it with your candidates. You try to target some companies because you really think and you really believe that those are potential very good clients to work with, and you contact candidates and you try to convince them to proactively approach that client with you. And if you like the video so far, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Those were my main tips that I would give you if you want to build a candidate pipeline and you don't have any job yet. Yes, it would be better if you would have concrete jobs already, but trust me, it is far from being impossible if you apply those tips. Once again, if you have other questions, do not hesitate to let me know, and if it is an interesting topic for others, I will create a dedicated video for this topic. Thanks for watching again, and please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one.